Hi there. Today I want to talk about something about kind of when you're having one of those days, which I was having this morning when I woke up, to be honest. Um, Now, the reason for this is day one of my cycle. It's boiling hot in the UK, and now it's probably not boiling hot compared to some parts of the world, but when it's hot in the UK, it's awful because it's humid. It's it's just stifling heat, and we have no way of releasing it. Our homes are built for keeping the heat in, not releasing it. So my home is like I'm trying to go to sleep and it's 26 degrees in my bedroom and there's no relief from it. So obviously didn't sleep that well because I'm boiling hot. And then it's obviously leading up to my cycle as well. So my hormones always affect my sleep and make it less good. So everything was kind of stacking up. So I woke up this morning and my whole energy felt a bit fed up. I couldn't really be bothered to do anything, and I was very, very foggy. So I was trying to think, about how I could kind of get going in my day, and I was just too foggy and too blur in here to be able to actually think properly. So I thought I'd record something about this, obviously sharing my journey, kind of to help others stop feeling like there's something wrong when you feel this way, because it's not. It's perfectly normal. We all have times when we feel like that, and it's kind of like just stepping into those and kind of leaning into it basically, and just saying that is something that happens and it's okay. So yeah, so this morning, let me just sort of talk about how I actually felt. So when I got out of bed this morning, first of all, I got up too early because my son woke me up. Now, I have a sleep tracker and it tracks the cycles that you're waking up in. And I woke up and I was in REM states, I was in dream state, which always makes for a groggy morning and a horrible wake up because you're right in the middle of a cycle and you haven't, and it's just, yeah, it's not nice. But obviously I was hormonal, I was irritable, I felt bad for feeling like this and like I shouldn't, but my brain was foggy. I had brain fog. I couldn't think. I was just flat and just meh, I think would be the best way to describe it. Um, and it's not so much even that it's a bad day. It's just, you know, when your body and your systems get to the point where they just don't want to do anything, they don't want to be pushed, and they kind of are sending you all these signals that hang on a minute, there's all these things going on with you physically. You need to listen, and the brain fog is almost a response to your body's need for rest. So it stops you from being able to think, because how can I then work and do my business if I can't think? And I also have the other side where I know there are things that I should be doing, but I just don't want to. I don't care. I don't want to do them. I'm not interested, and it's okay. And it's kind of why I set my life up so that I can have the days when I want to be low energy and do less, and then the days when I have more energy and I can do loads and I can really be involved in stuff. So, and I can have all those things in place so that when I have these days, I can do the bare minimum and still get through. Um, so when these days come, like, what's what's really happening? Because the first thing you go to in your brain, and this is what happens, you feel this like foggy and you feel tired and you feel and you don't want to do anything. I don't want to do it, I can't be bothered. And then you start with the stories of just because I'm lazy, I haven't got any willpower, I haven't got any follow through, I can't make myself do these things that I don't want to do. And those are just stories you're telling yourself about how you feel. But the truth is that when your hormones are, especially at the start of the cycle, that's when you're getting the massive hormone imbalance. So I think it's the massive drop in estrogen, raise in progesterone, everything's kind of off. These things are happening and your body is responding to that. And then sleep debt it's huge. Like just having a couple of bad nights sleep can have a significant impact on how you think. It can slow down your responses, it can slow down your ability to think. And then when it's hot, when it's really hot and it's that stifling heat so you can't breathe, that can actually cause brain fog and mood shifts on its own. So when you put those three things together, it's no wonder that I'm waking up and I'm feeling that way. And it's perfectly natural and perfectly normal. It's actually the physiological things that are going on in my body and the external stimuli that are impacting that. And so it's not like, oh, I'm just decided I don't want to do this stuff today. There's all this other stuff that I'm having to deal with. So hormonal imbalance is something that physically and emotionally I need to deal with. Sleep debt is something that I physically and emotionally need to deal with. And excessive heat causing brain fog and mood like shifts is something physical and emotional that I need to deal with. So obviously, if I'm trying to deal with all of those, it's much harder to deal with anything else. But what happens is we have this internalized pressure, and I've spoken about this before about how put this pressure on. These are the things that we need to do. We should be doing this. We should be doing that. And so often what happens is all of these physiological things are happening and we try and override it. We think, okay, well, I'm just going to override all of this and push through it. And actually that makes you feel worse. And it's like this, you're going through treacle. And sometimes what actually happens is you need to say, I need a rest day. And it's saying I'm not being lazy. It's not I'm not a failure because I'm resting. I'm not lazy because I'm resting. It's just part of my pattern. This is my low energy cycle. This is when I need to listen to my body and I need to rest and I need to take a bit more time. And it's when you start to lean into that and appreciate it and accept it that actually these days become more of a joy, because when they happen, you think, okay, well, I know this is how I'm going to be today. And I know this is where my energy is going to be. And I'm now giving myself permission to do something to support myself through this difficult stage. So it makes a bit of difference. Now, one of the things that I do still do is have a little ritual that can help to pull myself out of this, like a fed up ritual. And it's just nice stuff that you can do for yourself that can kind of help to generate a better mood or a shift. So I'll talk you through this and you can see what you think. So starting off with splashing the face with cold water. When you wake up in the morning and you feel this brain fog and this tiredness, you want something to wake you up. And cold water is always a good one, There's all the people that believe that like cold water immersion is really good for your healing. I live near the sea in the UK, so a lot of people go swimming in the sea. If you've ever done that in the UK, you will know it's bracing, to say the least. I have done it quite a bit. And when you first get into the water, it's a shock. And I've done it when it's warm, when it's outside. I'm considering trying it when it gets colder. Apparently the best time to swim in the sea for the cold and everything is November, because the sea's at its warmest, but it's freezing when you get out. So I don't know. I'll stick with cold water in the face for now. And then just writing down, because it's getting it out, and just getting it out in any kind of scribble that you want, is what I hate today. So this is not about being wise. It's not about being spiritual. It's being real with yourself, just venting, because we have these things. And actually our natural, when you look at a lot of personal development and this whole like positive mindset, let's not dwell on our negative feelings and our thoughts. Let's put them to the side and let's just think positively, which is total BS really, isn't it? Because that's there. So your brain's just going, and they're going, oh, but I feel wonderful. Because you don't feel wonderful. You feel like you want to rip the face off the world. So own it, share it, and let it out. Share it with yourself. And then actually reframe that and say, because you've done what I hate today, but it's okay because. So it might be like little sentences like, I hate the heat. And it's okay because my body is just trying to stay safe. Like it's something like that. So you're just trying to keep it like, you're basically saying it's okay to hate these things today. Or I feel guilty about doing nothing, but it's okay because I'm on the first day of my cycle and that matters. Right? So giving yourself validation. So actually what you're doing is saying, I do hate these things, but there's a genuine reason why I feel like that today. And actually it's okay to feel like that. It's okay. And you don't have to feel bad about feeling that because it's a genuine thing that's going on with you. And then once you've done all this, you've got it all out. And this is I always say an optional extra is you can lie down and put your legs up the wall. It's the best inversion, the only inversion really you can do when you're on your cycle, but also it's really comforting. It's really relaxing. So what happens when you put your legs up the wall is basically the lymph fluid in your legs drains down through the body, which is the way it wants to go back up anyway. So you actually give your immune system a boost as well. So that can help you with recovery from feeling rubbish, but It's also very soothing, very calming, and it takes no effort. You can just lie there and breathe. Um, so that's what I would say as a reset. Um, and yeah, that's what I'm giving you as a reset. It's what I'm doing. Sometimes I then do a little dopamine hit, but I would stay away from that. Because that can be something you can get stuck into if you say, like, go scrolling, and you can get stuck in it and then you actually can't get out of it, and then it makes you feel worse. So if you are going to give yourself a positive, give yourself something positive that's healthy. So it might be like your favorite drink or a small snack or something comforting. Maybe it's a hug with your child. Give yourself a small dopamine hit that's very comforting, but not something that can get you stuck in it and can cause negative consequences, because that's going to pull you down. So, and this is a little bonus for those of you that have kids, for when you feel these days and they're around. It's summer holidays. My son's around all the time. And you can sit down with your child and share a summer dream list. So this is particularly for days like this when it's boiling hot, your kid's around, you don't want to do anything. So you share your summer dream list, and this can just basically be all the things that you would do if you could do anything that you would do. Okay, so you just write it all down with them. And so this is even when you're feeling flat, you can have that connection with them that doesn't have to take this huge amount of energy where you've got to do loads of stuff. And it can just be gentle and playful and joyful. And you can just spark their imagination and hopefully spark a little bit of your imagination as well. So you've got like the idea of where I'm in, where I felt, and that I've given you a nice like reset. Hopefully that's really useful for you. But on days like this, I used to feel guilty and like I'd wasted the day. Like, what was the point in today? I didn't do anything. It was a waste of a day. There was all these things I could have done and I did nothing. But I'm learning to see them as healing days, as body wisdom days, as the days where I nourish myself. These sometimes the biggest growth. And one of the things I will say is that on days like this is when I get my inspiration. So ironically, when I allow myself that rest and that space, this is when I'm my most creative in terms of new ideas. They come flooding through because I've had a little bit of time away. I'm quiet and ideas come. I don't always act on them straight away because I have too many ideas. And if I do, then I take on too much stuff and I'm actually overburdening myself down the line. But I can write down lots of different ideas. I can brainstorm things. And that's when really great stuff starts to come up for me. So actually it's not wasted. It's my creative, although they're my resting days, they're my creative energy days when things just spark out of me and I'm not actually working, I'm just sparking ideas. And just remembering that I'm not actually fed up with life. It's just that my body's saying to me, not today. You don't need to do anything today. And it's just remembering that it's just a day. So if you do feel like this, if you're not alone and you're not broken, you're perfectly normal. We all feel like this and it's fine. I hope you've enjoyed this. So if you have, drop a comment, let me know about your alone energy days, what you do to reset and how you actually cope with them. And remember to like and subscribe this video so other people get to see it. And I'll drop the link below for my free group on school, and hopefully I can see you there.